I was a few days ago, I was reflecting about life and why are we here? What is our reason to live and all that? Things that both of us do. I'm sure you do that as well. And then I got to thinking, why do we work? What do we want to accomplish by going to the office and replying to emails every day? But what do we want to accomplish with this? You don't even know why you're there most of the time. You don't know what you're doing there. You wake up early, you're almost dead, you really don't want to leave your bed, to go into a soulless piece of clothing, to take a bus along with people that fucking hate their lives as well, so that you can go to an office, a place where you don't want to be, to talk to people that you fucking hate, that you give zero shits about, to do something that you also take no pleasure of doing that. You sum up, what are we doing? Why are we not in Fiji, just lay down on the beach, chilling, just having pina coladas and why are we not doing that? Because there's no profit in Fiji. But to be honest, that's a very complicated question, right? Because we all have our reasons to why we work. We all have different reasons. It's not one single reason. So some of the reasons that why we work are, money. People work because of money. Some people work because of fulfillment, which kind of comes in I love my job. Happiness on the job and all that. Achievement is another one. There's people who work because they want to achieve more and more and more and more. You're kind of like an achievement freak. And there's people who just work to pay bills, which I think is a little bit different. Paying bills and money, I think it's a little bit of a different thing, because paying bills, what I mean is people who they just work with whatever they want, they save the money, and then they're the ones who go to have pina coladas and lay down on the beach chilling in Fiji whenever they want. And then people who have money as their main expectations to go to work is the people that, they want to say to their friends that, I make 300K and the next year you make 400K and then the other year you make 500,000 a year. But the more I thought about this, the more you think about stuff, the more you realize that there's not really one single reason for us to do whatever we do. If you work for money, you don't really only work for money. You have, at least in the long run, you're gonna realize that you have to do something that you always enjoy a little bit doing, that you're not gonna be completely unhappy about. Only because you work for money doesn't mean that you have to hate completely your job. So in the long run, you gotta look for something that you actually like doing. But there's usually that one that we give our highest priority to. And that is what I feel that most of us get wrong. And it made me think a lot about my own reasons and all that crap. Am I looking for money? Am I looking for fulfillment, achievement, paying bills? What am I looking for? And I think it's really important when you ask yourself that, because you become objective about something that many times is actually subjective. And I think that's really important, so that in the long run, you kind of, know where you're going, sort of stuff. And then you start asking yourself, okay, I'm doing this because of this, but am I, how can I do what fulfills me and make money at the same time? Is it possible? Is it not possible? I think we all know both, kind of both sides of the coin, right? One side of the coin is pursuing your passion is bullshit. Just look for something that you don't hate doing, that you're good at, make some money, and then while that's happening, you live your life on the other side, and then one day you just retire, and then you go live your life, and then, that's when you're gonna be happy. That's what you set yourself up for. You have a whole career and you make a shit ton of money, just so that when you retire, you don't die because of lack of money. And then the second side is, which is the one that I sympathize Then the second side is, which is the one that I sympathize the most with, is always chase what you love. Always do something that you love, because when you do something that you love, you're not gonna mind putting in the hours. You're not gonna care if you work 100 hours a week, because you know that those 100 hours have a purpose. You spend your day doing something that you like, and then therefore you put in the hours, and then therefore you're gonna succeed, and then therefore you're gonna make money with it. So you make money doing something that you love. That's it. I don't really know if it is out there, but I kind of put, I tried to. I don't know if it's already out there, but as I said before, there's not really one single reason for all of us to go to work. We all have multiple reasons, which mainly I think is the one that I said before. And then I kind of tried to put them into a formula to how can we balance it out? How do we achieve maximum overall work happiness? And by the way, that's already trademarked, so don't even think about stealing. So what I think is money plus PB, which is paying bills, times fulfillment plus achievement equals to your overall work happiness index. But by no means I actually want you to crunch the numbers and do like an actual calculation, because this formula is just like a general thing so that you can actually think about kind of like where you stand on the spectrum. You know, like what do you value the most? Like if you're actually happy at your work and all that. Like I actually think it's like this is really important in the long run. That's why sometimes you kind of have to use logic to all these subjective things, because like in the long run is really gonna matter. But just look at the formula and try to think a little bit like, what do you actually weight? What do you actually value the most in this formula? And I put it this way simply because I think that if either money or paying bills or either fulfillment or achievement is zero, then like what are you doing? I'm not saying that money isn't important, because money is absolutely important. Because in the end of the day, if you have a job that you like and you don't make money, you can barely make ends meet, you know, you won't be happy in the other side of your life. But I also don't want to be a fucking hippie saying that you should only chase fulfillment and you shouldn't chase any money at all. Because in the end of the day, you know, if you want to chase fulfillment, like don't even work. There's no reason for you to work. But then like only chasing money, you kind of realize later in life that there's no meaning, you know, because what happens is like a lot of people, like you only chase money in your 20s because, you know, when you're 20, everything is just so uncertain and everything is just new and you don't really know what's going to happen when you're 30, when you're 35, when you're 40. And then like when you actually get to 35 and then 40, you kind of realize that, okay, like I made it. I'm settled in life now. I have a car, I have a house, you know, I have kids, but where's the meaning of it? You don't have any meaning in the beginning because you were just looking for money, because you were unsure of everything. And that's fine, because when you're unsure, you just want to be sure of something. You were just so focused on that you actually forgot to focus on the stuff that matters. And I'm not saying that having a house and having a nice car and having like whatever material stuff that you want to have is not important. You know, I'm not saying it doesn't bring happiness. I'm not saying it doesn't bring fulfillment. It does, but not by itself. There needs to be something inside you that kind of complements it. So what I want to get is, if you're still young like me, you know, we're both still starting our careers, don't think only about the money, okay? I know that you're doing whatever and then you have a lot of uncertainty and they offer you a job with amazing money. You're gonna be really, really tempted to take it. And I know that, and I know this is really hard, and I know it's really hard to say no. Think about it also for your meaning side. Think about also from your fulfillment side. Think about on the achievement side. Are you gonna have anything on this part of it? Otherwise, if you don't, look, you're only gonna get to your 35, 40, 45 years old and you're just gonna be like, where's the meaning of it? Unfortunately, it happens to a lot of people. So this is what I want you to do. You get this formula here, you get this, you copy this, and then every day that you wake up in the morning, you think about this and you think about this channel. That was supposed to be a joke, but I don't think you were nice enough in order to be on the video, so I can say pretty much whatever I want here because it's not going to be on the video. Okay, no, but seriously, look. Don't think only about the money. If you only factor the money into your decisions, everything that you do now, you're gonna make a lot of money, you're gonna make great money, that's great. By the time you're 32, you're gonna have a house and that's really good. You're gonna have a nice car and everything. You're gonna have all the cool stuff. Many of us make this mistake of only thinking about money exactly because of that, okay? But that's not what life is about. Life is not about only that. Life is meant to be lived. We're meant to live life, you know? You don't live life with all that cool stuff. Everything stays here. Of course, like the more money you have, the more you're gonna be able to afford, and then like you're gonna be able to have a lot of experience, and that's awesome, and that's good for you. But like in the end, you gotta find a balance between dickhead that only wants money and hippie. Look, I'll give you my game plan. I like working. I enjoy working. So my plan is from now on to the point of like 45, I wanna work and I wanna work hard. And I want to build myself. And then by the time that I'm 45, I'm going to kind of start stepping away from stuff. And then I'm going to just like manage it. And then after that, I just want to, I kind of want to take it easy and do a lot of stuff that are not really work related. Okay, so like by this time, I would like to enjoy life a little bit more. But before that, I would like to work really hard. And as I said, look, I enjoy working. Like that's my game plan. Like if you don't really like working, or like you need to build your game plan based on your own reasons. Okay, so if you don't like working, you have to build your game plan according to something else. But anyway, I think I've already talked too much. You're probably sick of me talking. I know I am. Okay, so thanks so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying all over until the end. That's really good to hear. So you staying all the way to here, it means that you probably like me. And if you like me, I think you should subscribe and you should like this video. And that's it. We're going to be seeing each other soon. Thanks so much and ciao for now. Dickhead that only wants money and hippie. Is that racist?
It's not racist, it's just not right.
It's just not right? Well, you don't see hippies wanting to make a lot of money.